Ukrainian mortar shells were fired at Russian troops near Bakhmut, with Ukrainian paratroopers saying the Russians were completely swept from their positions. The footage shows Russian troops being hit by Ukrainian mortars in a move that reportedly forced them to abandon their defensive positions. Airborne Assault Troops of the Armed Forces of Ukraine on Thursday, December 8th, and this is the work of our mortar specialists. Guided by drones, they literally swept the attackers from their positions near Bakhmut. They also joked, even the Dub ravine, which might have saved from a nuclear strike, did not protect the population from sniper attacks with 120 caliber explosives. Accurate and reliable. It is said that there are no more enemy movements to be seen. These calculations annihilated the occupiers in one of the positions in the Bakhmut city area. After a successful fire attack, no more invaders were seen in this area. "We continue to work," said the commander of the Mortar Division of the Separate Hunting Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Russia invaded Ukraine on February 24th in what the Kremlin still calls a special military operation. Today marks the 288th day of the war. The General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine reported that between February 24th and December 8th, Russia lost an estimated 93,080 personnel, 2,937 tanks, 5,911 armored fighting vehicles, 1,925 artillery units, 395 multiple launch rocket systems, 211 air defense systems, 281 aircraft combat, 264 helicopters, 1,603 drones, 592 cruise missiles, 16 warships, 4,528 motorized vehicles and fuel tankers, and 164 units of special equipment. Russia claims that its casualty toll is much lower, but rarely provides updates on its latest figures. Russian President Vladimir Putin said on Wednesday that war in Ukraine could be a long-term process. He also denied that large numbers of Moscow troops had defected from the Ukrainian battlefield. Putin also said that Russia would not use nuclear weapons first in any conflict. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz said Thursday that the risk of using nuclear weapons in a war in Ukraine has decreased due to pressure from the international community on Russia. Scholz said, "One thing has changed for now. Russia has stopped threatening to use nuclear weapons. Responding to the international community marks a red line." Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Russian shelling killed 10 people and injured many others in the eastern Ukrainian city of Kharkiv. Vitaly Klitschko, mayor of Kyiv, has warned of a doomsday scenario for the Ukrainian capital this winter if the country's energy infrastructure continues to be targeted by Russian airstrikes. Jens Stoltenberg, NATO Secretary General, said that Moscow is trying to freeze the conflict in Ukraine over the winter period while preparing for a new offensive early next year. NATO leader Jens Stoltenberg will call on member states to increase assistance to Ukraine in dealing with winter. The call will be made at a meeting on Thursday, after Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky asked his people to prepare for cold temperatures. He also asked Ukrainians to face possible darkness due to Russian attacks on various infrastructure. NATO foreign ministers will hold a meeting in Bucharest and focus the discussion agenda on efforts to strengthen military assistance to Ukraine, as well as non-combat assistance. Among the military assistance to be discussed are air defense systems and ammunition. Meanwhile, some non-combat assistance in the form of fuel, medical supplies, winter equipment, and drone deterrents have been sent through the NATO aid package mechanism. It is the package that Stoltenberg aims to upgrade. Ukraine's President Zelensky has warned citizens of the possibility that Russia may launch an attack this week. The barrage of attacks is expected to be as severe as last week's, the worst so far, leaving millions without heating, water, and electricity. Ukraine will have a bad winter, so we are working on strengthening support so that the country has resilience, said a senior diplomat from Europe, and stressed the importance of accelerating the recovery of Ukraine's energy infrastructure. France and Germany said they were each sending more than 100 power generators to help Ukraine stabilize the power grid. President Joe Biden said he would provide Kyiv with additional $625 million worth of new security assistance, including the HIMARS launcher, or High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, the White House said. Joe Biden joined Vice President Kamala Harris in talks with Zelensky. He underlined that Washington would never recognize Russia's annexation of Ukrainian territory, he added. Joe Biden pledges to continue to stand by Ukraine as it defends itself against Russian aggression for as long as it takes, the statement said.